Hi there, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, this is Jason from the OP-1 channel, and yeah, today we're going to do another video, another little tutorial, dive a little deeper into the OP-1, see what it can do. Today, let's talk about the synth engines. So, in order to access the synth engines, you normally have to shift and 1 to 8 to basically, select a recall bank, or you can go directly to this button here, which selects the synth engines. So let's go to shift and 1. So the first one we're looking at in the engines. Oh, let's go back. Synth engines, here we go. So the OP-1 contains 10 synth engines plus a sample engine in the synth section. The synths don't directly follow traditional subtractive formats where you would simply see, more oscillators and filters and amps. These have a very quirky and unique nature to the sound and how it all works. So on each synthesizer there is 4 parameters. So the 4 parameters are represented and controlled by these 4 knobs here. So let's go through and have a look. The first synthesizer we're going to have a look at today is, first synth engine we're going to look at is cluster. So let's go to cluster and let's have a listen to some of the preset sounds. So first one I'm going to choose is bass face, as you can see here, hopefully you can see. Next one, caterpillar. And C, strings, dissolver. So let's go into cluster and have a sort of look. As you can see, the unique GUI for cluster is represented by, you can see the output from the 4 oscillators on the screen. So in this case, the blue button, controller, controls the number of oscillators or waves to make up the sound. So I'm going to reduce to 1, add another one, add a third one, add a fourth. Let's choose a different sound. Let's go back. So as you can see, so as I control knob 1, it's adding more waves, or I guess waves is an analogy for oscillators to sound. The second one is the green dial, controls the filter envelope for these oscillators. So that's fully open, that's closed. So I guess it's adding shape, filters, that's sort of shaping the sound. The white knob, when you're in the cluster synthesizer, controls spread. Let's choose another preset in the cluster to see if that can. Right. So that's spread, fully open. That's spread, close, and that's spread halfway. So it's almost like a kind of chorusing effect, isn't it? let's reduce the waves to 1. So that's 1 wave. That's 2. That's 3. That's fully open. So we've done. So that's the number of waves. The filter wave envelope. That's spread, and the last one is unitor. So unitor, that's fully open, and that's fully closed. So unitor, I guess, is some kind of detuning, isn't it, of each oscillator. So there you go. That's cluster in a nutshell. There's loads of presets in there for cluster. So it's a very varied, very varied synthesizer. And the next one we're going to look at is digital. So we're just in a digital one. The digital synthesizer. Let's use this one as an example. So with the digital synthesizer, it's a true digital synthesizer apparently. So the blue knob, when you're in this mode, controls the wave shaper. So that's fully open. That's fully closed. That's fully closed. The green knob is octave tuning. So that's fully closed. About midway, half fully open. So that's octave tuning. The white knob controls detune and ring modulation. So that's fully open and that's fully closed. And the last one, this digitalness or distortion. So that's off, and then that's fully open. So it gives it's almost like a, I don't know, I can't really describe the sound. Let's choose this organ sound. So I'm fully open on the yellow orange knob. Digitalness. I'm adjusting the detune. Octave change. The green knob. And then the last one, blue knob, is a shaper. And once again, it has a lovely interface. Also, I forgot to mention, if you pressed number 2, you can control your standard attack, release, sustain, delay settings. So this controls. Blue is the attack, so that's fully open. That's closed. The sustain and all the rest. Number 3 controls the effects on each synthesizer engine, and number 4 is the routing and the low frequency oscillator and all that kind of stuff that you can apply to the sound. But we're not going to sort of dive deep into that section yet. We're just listening to each synth engine. So the next one we're going to listen to is string. So let's go to so I've done shift and 1, and then I'm going to go to the string engine. So here we go. So once again, the string engine, I guess, is string modeling, waveguide string modeled synthesizer. So it does a very good emulation of string-based instruments. Like this sounds like one of those kind of Japanese Kato instruments. So when you're in this mode, the blue controller controls the string tension, so that's at 0, and then that's at maximum. Then the green button is impulse delay, so that's at minimum. And that's at maximum. The white controller controls detune, so that's fully applied, and that's minimal. And then the last one is the orange controller, which is impulse type. Let's have a listen to some other examples. So those are some examples of the string synthesis engine. Next one we're going to look at is pulse. So let's go to pulse. So pulse, pulse width modulation, or digital pulse train oscillation. Yeah, bit of a mouthful. So the blue controls filter, so that's fully closed, that's fully open. The green controls the amplitude, so that's amplitude at 0, and then that's at maximum. The white controller controls the second pulse, so I guess that increased the width of the second pulse, so that's at 0, and that's at maximum. And then the last one is modulation. So that's at 0, and then modulation at maximum. So let's have a listen to some examples, preset examples in the pulse synthesis engine. So this is Chinese whistle or whisper. This is Chordzilla, fat bass, funky bass, moonweed, mystic. Alright, so the next engine we're going to look at is the FM. FM is a bit more traditional. So let's go in. So FM is a 4-os operator FM synthesizer, like you kind of getting the DX7 and those early Yamaha synthesizers of the 80s. So you get some real nice bassy sounds. I haven't got it too loud for you guys. Yeah, so let's choose a you can hear that typical, you know, like metallic-y sound off FM synthesis. So the blue knob, when you're in FM synthesis mode, that's the FM amount, so the modulation type. So that's at maximum, and that's at minimum. The next one is relative frequency. So basically, when you adjust this, it adjusts the operator oscillators. Let's choose a different sound so you can probably hear the individual tweaks I'm doing. Yeah, so typical square wave, yeah? So FM synthesizer is quite good for bassy sounds, you know? So let's adjust the first control for it, which is the FM amount. So this is at minimum, and that's at maximum. Then the next one, relative frequency. So let's adjust that. So it just changes the sound completely, you know? So different oscillator types. The next one, white controller, changes the topography or the carrier configuration. So as you change it, it kind of moves the way that the oscillators feed into each other. And then the orange controller controls detune. So that's at maximum. That's at minimum. That's kind of cool. I like that. The next synth engine we're going to look at is phase. So here's some example sounds in the phase presets. Crazy sounds there. So let's go into the phase interface. So when you're in phase mode, phase distortion is a synthesis engine and how it works. So the blue controls the phase shift. So just adjusting that. The green one is distortion. And then the white one controls the phase filter. So that's at maximum. That's minimum. And then the last one is phase tilt. Very expressive sound. Let's have a look, listen to some other examples in that bank in the phase. The next one we're going to look at, engine, is Dr. Wave. So let's find Dr. Wave. Here we go, Dr. Wave. So Dr. Wave is a frequency domain synthesis. I have no idea what that means in English, but let's have a listen rather than. So here's something. So let's go into the synthesizer. It has the most craziest interface on the screen. Apparently, someone once told me that Dr. Wave, each OP-1 has a unique way that it produces a sound. There's something in there, like it takes a serial number and it adjusts the engine to make it unique per device. Someone once mentioned that to me. I don't know how true that was. So anyway, when you're in Dr. Wave, the blue controls wave type and length. So I'm just adjusting that. Green controls filter. Very analog sound, isn't it? The next one, phase. So let's just adjust the phase. And then the last controller controls chorus. Very expressive synthesizer. This would be great for lead sounds, or you want to like simulate a mini moog or something. Very analog sounding. The next engine we're going to look at is voltage. Let's go through the voltage. So let's have a listen to some presets. Bassline. Preset called Bright. A preset called Cordite. Cosmonon, I can't pronounce it. Crystals. Dubby 80s. So let's go to Cordite. Let's go into the engine. So when you're in voltage, the blue controls intensity. So let's adjust that. So that's at maximum. That's at minimum. Green controls distortion and noise. So that's at maximum. White controls frequency and resonance. So that's fully closed. That's fully opened. And then the orange controls wave LFO. Let's choose. So And the next synth engine we're going to look at is DNA. So shift 1 and DNA. So let's establish some presets. So that's baseline glide, chord tilts, electric bass, fickle bass. Once again, the interface on this is crazy. Just the way these images are just floating around on the screen. I've never seen anything like that in my life. But so with the blue controller, so DNA, sorry, once again, this engine, synth engine, is an organic generator. Once again, very non-descriptive, but you can hear it in the sound. So blue controls the modulator, sorry, molecule size or filter. Yeah. Green controls cell interaction or wave number. So just with a few knobs, you just change the sound. So, or just with a little knob, little change. White controls cell type or wave modifier. Let's choose a different preset. Yeah, let's choose that one in there. So I'm adjusting the blue one again. So that's molecule size. Green is cell interaction. White controls wave modifier. And orange controls noise. And let's have a list of some of the some crazy sounds. If you want to make new kinds of music that's never been heard before, DNA synthesis engine is one I would highly recommend to use. Well, the next one we're going to have a look at is the sample engine. So the sample engine, sample sounds and play them. So with the sample engine, you can import samples into the OP-1 or sample them directly using the inbuilt microphone, which we will sort of have a look at a later date. Actually, let's do that now. Let's sample something in there. Sorry, add the radio one. Let's. How do I? Oh, that's it. So. Hi. Oh. Testing. Oh. Let's get this sample engine working. Oh. All right, so testing. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Oh, for some reason that didn't sample. Anyway, I'll come back to that one. I think it's something to do with routing or something. But here's some samples that are already been sort of done. So, you know, sample of a piano. There's a waveform in there, and then with the knobs, blue controls the start position, green controls loop in, loop out, and all the rest. So, you know, just controlling where you start with the sample. Let's just try this again one last time. Testing. 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 Testing 1 2 3. Oh, I have to have a look at being I'm sort of new to this myself. I have to look at how to sample. So oh, actually no, it's there. I can hear it. Let's increase the. How do you increase the amplitude again? Here we go. So shift and orange.
Testing 1 2 3.
I have to work out. I'll do another lesson on sampling, but it was just a quick example. And then the last one, I believe, is Synth. So Synth is quite a complex synthesizer engine. It's basically subtractive FM, you know, sort of combined into one engine. So let's have a list of some examples. It's got some very unique sounds. So when you hit the blue, that controls the wave generator oscillator frequency, and then if you hit shift and blue, you can adjust the oscillator pitch as well. On the green, it's a change, but the green knob changes the wave oscillator between saw and sine. So it's starting off as sine, becomes square, and then becomes saw. And then shift, you control the second oscillator's you know, wave type. Orange, sorry, the way it controls the envelope. And shift does it on the second oscillator. And then last but not least, orange controls the ring modulation, cross modulation, mix, etc, etc. So and then shift and orange controls the filter. So very, very, very complex synth engine this has. in such a small space. 10 unique synth engines, and when you combine those together with the recording capabilities and the multi-track dimensions of recording capabilities of this device, and the mixing capabilities and everything, it's an amazing product, cramming so much into a tiny space. So that concludes my video on the synth engines of the OP-1. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I will be doing another video soon, so look out for that. Alright, bye.